guys, so today I will be teaching you how to make rugs out of t-shirt strips using hula hoops. This is a part of my Silver Award project for Girl Scouts, which requires me to spend 50 hours on a project that helps the community. These are some of the rugs I've already made. You can make them bigger or smaller, depending on the size of the hula hoop, and you can make them whatever colors you want as long as you have those colors in t-shirts. To make this project, you will need a hula hoop, fabric cutting shears, and t-shirts. To start out with the project, you will need one extra large t-shirt cut into 1-inch strips, and after that you can use whatever size shirts that you want for the inside of the rug. The more strips and the more shirts you have, the larger your rug will be, but I used about 7 to 8 in each of mine. Now I'm going to show you how to cut a t-shirt into the strips that you need for the rug. Lay your t-shirt flat out on the floor and position yourself to the side near the bottom. You want to make sure that the seams of the bottom line up as close as they possibly can so that your strips aren't lopsided. And then from the corner, using your fabric shears, cut a strip the whole way across the shirt to the other side. When you finish that, start on your next strip and make sure each one is about 1 inch in width. The larger the size of the shirt, the longer the strips will be, and I find it easier to weave using the longer strips as well. Arrange your hula hoop and all of your strips in front of you on the floor. I will be using these dark green extra large t-shirt strips as the basis for my rug. You want to start out by putting one strip over the rug so that it cuts it in half, just like this. Then take the next strip and divide the halves into fourths, or set it so that it makes 90-degree angles with the strips on the hula hoop. Continue doing this, cutting each of the sections in half until you put on 11 different strips. When putting on the 11th strip, just look to see which section looks the biggest and put it right across onto that section. Then you're going to take 2 of the strips and push them together. That's where you're going to start your knotting for the weaving part. This is what the hoop should look like after you put the first 11 strips on. It's okay if they're not divided equally into sections. This rug doesn't have to be completely perfect, and it'll still turn out just great. Now you're going to set your hula hoop with the first 11 strings on it up against a couch or chair, and with the 2 loops that you put together at the top, then you're going to take the first loop for the weaving part and put it around that. Then take the other side and pull it so it creates a sort of knot, and slide the knot down into the center, like that. Begin your weaving by going over and under. Make sure that each time you go over in the beginning that you go over both sides of the strip. Pull it sort of tight as it's your first loop of the rug. To get back up to the top, you're going to go over and then under, which is the exact opposite of what you did before, which creates a weaving pattern. Continue doing that loop until it gets to the end of the loop. Get to the end of your loop, you're going to attach your next color. So find the hole, put the next color through, pull it through just like you did with the original knot, so it'll look like this, and then continue weaving with the new strand. Don't push your strands too close into the center, just let them go how they do, and then as you add more and more, it'll compress how it looks right here in the center. Just keep attaching new strands in whatever pattern you'd like until it's the size that you want. It can be small, like this, or it can get to the full edge of the hula hoop. If you make a mistake like I just did, and you see two strands that are in the same pattern right after each other, take out your last little bit of weaving until you come to where you skipped one of the lines, and start again from right there. You start getting further out, you'll see that the strips start covering up the original lines that you put on to the hula hoop, and that's okay. Just don't make them any tighter, don't make them any looser. It'll still look perfect. Come to a point in the rug where you've run out of a certain color of the t-shirt strips, like I did with this light green. You can either leave it out and continue with your pattern, or cut another shirt with that same similar color. Both will be just fine. Make sure you weave the strands nice and loosely and don't push them too hard into the center, because it'll make it more of a bowl than a rug. Just keep weaving, just keep weaving, just keep weaving, weaving, weaving. I decided to finish my rug because I had come to where I ran out of two different colors, and I also like this size. So now I'm going to show you how to finish a rug. After you weave the last strip completely, you're going to take it and cut it right at the very edge. Then tie it around the strip in a nice tight knot. It'll look something like that, and then you'll just trim the edges and tuck them in. Your rug can be any size, but it should look vaguely like this while it's still on the hula hoop. Now we're going to take it off by taking your scissors and just cutting the strip in half. Do this for all of the strips, but keep them together with their groups, like this. Now your rug is free of the hoop. It should look sort of like this. Now to start tying off your rug, start at any two loops. You're going to take one from one and one from the other and tie them into a knot. Make sure to double knot it. It should look something like this, with one string from under and one string from over the last weaving. Continue double knotting the rest of the strands, and make sure not to pull the knots too tight, or the rug will pucker on the inside. When you come to the group that is made up of two different strands, take half of them for one group and half of them to tie with the next. The tassel will look something like this. Now that the rug is all tied off, you may want to tie it in two bows, or trim some of the strips that are longer than others, since they are not all equal the whole way around the rug. However, I am now finished with mine, and this is my finished project. I hope you enjoyed my tutorial, and remember that if you try this, make sure to tell me how it goes. I will be donating all of the rugs that I've made in this 50-hour time period to charity, and they will go to a better home. Thank you for watching.